welcome back to my channel. It's Sarah and I want to be the very best no one ever was. To catch them is my real test, to train them is my curse. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Each Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. Pokemon, gotta catch them all. So today I am going to be talking about a read-a-thon that is coming up in the month of May, and I am so excited for it and I cannot wait. And if you couldn't figure out what this read-a-thon is about, it is the Bookémon Badgeathon. This was created by Megan over at Tome Infinity, and I am so excited for this read-a-thon. It is going to be so much fun and so exciting, and I feel like I just got like electrocuted by Pikachu at the moment. Like, woo! So this is a read-a-thon that goes all the way through May. So it starts on May 1st, ends on May 31st, and during that time there is a special little section of time that is set aside. So May 3rd through the 17th you can collect Stardust during that time, which is such an amazing thing. So the rest of the month you are trying to collect as many badges as you can. There is also another aspect to this read-a-thon, and that is the teams. So there are 3 teams that you can be a part of, either Team Mystic, Team Instinct, or the team I'm a part of. If you couldn't tell by my bow, I'm a part of Team Valor, which is the red team. So, Moltres, just saying. I am so excited for this aspect. So we are going to try to beat the other teams, and by doing that we also are using team books. There are the 3 team books that are part of this. So how that works is if you, let's say Valor, which is the winning team, by the way. So you have the Team Valor book, and you read that book, and you're on Team Valor, then you get to defend your gym. And if you read the other 2 books that are for Team Instinct, Team Mystic, you get to attack their gyms. And subsequently with that, the other 2 teams can attack your gym as well. It's a really nice balance, but we all know that Valor's gonna win. So, just putting it out there. So there are 15 badges to collect, and how you collect them is you read a book in a certain genre that corresponds to that badge. And also what's really cool about these badges is you try to collect them because those badges also then correspond to a Pokemon type that you can later catch in later rounds. So we're just collecting badges at the moment. So you want to collect all 15 or as many as you can, so that way you can catch them all. That's the whole point of this, right? You're supposed to win with your team and catch them all. There's Pokemon in a nutshell right there. So with all of that said, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I plan to read for each of the badges, how they correspond to those badges, and what genres to read, as well as the Pokemon type that they correspond with. So let's get started. Badge number 1 is the Creative Badge, and this badge is super effective in catching water-type Pokemon, and the genre to read for this one is art/music. And so I am going with this big old buddy boy of a book right here, and this is Musicals: The Definitive Illustrated Story. It's from DK Publishing. It's got a foreword by Elaine Page. I am so excited to read this. I mean, look at this. It's just so gorgeous. It's got pictures and just like amazingness. So I'm really excited to read this. I absolutely love musicals, and oh my goodness gracious. The thing was, this is why I don't deal with dust covers. Anyway, so this is actually a book that my brother purchased for my mother for for Christmas, and she said that I can borrow it. So I was like, yay. And so this, I absolutely love musicals. I have loved musicals ever since I came out of the womb, because my mom loves musicals. So I'm really excited to read this and see the journey from the very first musicals all up into contemporary musicals. So I'm really excited about this, and I can't wait to read it. It's a big old book. I've perused it a little bit, but all in all, I haven't actually read it. So I'm really excited to get into this, and it's really nice and shiny. Badge number 2 is the Memory Badge, and this badge is super effective in catching rock-type Pokemon. And the genre to read for this one is biography/memoir. I'm going with Home, a Memoir of My Early Years by Julie Andrews. I love Julie Andrews so much. Like I said before, I came out of the womb knowing musicals and loving musicals, and the number one musical that I came out knowing was Sound of Music, because my mother absolutely loves Sound of Music. This is actually my mom's book. Again, I'm borrowing it, but I'm really excited to read this. It just sounds so good. I love Julie Andrews. She is probably one of my favorite actresses of all time, so I'm really excited to hear some stories from her. So I'm really excited to read it. Badge number 3 is the Exemplary Badge, and this badge is super effective for catching normal type Pokemon. And to get this badge, the genre that you must read is classics. And I am going with Emma by Jane Austen. I'm actually going to be listening to the Audible original drama of this, which is narrated by one of my other favorite actresses of all time, and that is Emma Thompson. So I'm so excited for this, and I'm going to be reading along with this edition that I have that is absolutely gorgeous. I love this cover so much. I love this color. It's just so pretty, and I am so excited for it, and I cannot wait. Badge number 4 is the Pictorial Badge, and this badge is super effective in catching flying type Pokemon, which I think is so appropriate for this. And the genre to read for this is comic book, manga, graphic novel. And this one, I'm going to be reading a comic book of my favorite superhero of all time, and that is Storm. I am so excited. This particular story was written by Greg Peck with the illustration by Victor Ibanez, and I actually am not going to be reading this, which I know that sounds weird. I'm going to be reading the full one. This is just the first issue. I'm actually going to be reading volume 1 and volume 2 of this story. I have those on Kindle, and I cannot wait to read them. I've had this comic book for so long, and I just haven't read it yet. I'm just going to keep it nice and in the same condition, hopefully, just on my shelf, and just read volume 1 and volume 2 of Storm for the Pictorial Badge. I'm so excited! Storm is my favorite, and I cannot wait. Badge number 5 is the Amour Badge. And yes, I had to say it that way. This is super effective in catching fire-type Pokemon, and the genre to read for this is romance/contemporary. And for this, I am going with The Kiss Quotient by Helen Hoang, and I'm really excited about this. I'm going to be listening to it on audiobook. I have heard amazing things about this, and so I cannot wait to read it and finally get to it. I'm so excited. I can't wait. Badge number 6 is the Chiller Badge, and yes, I had to say it like that. And this is super effective in catching dark and poison type Pokemon. I am going to be listening to Sadie by Courtney Summers. I've heard amazing things about this, and I know I'm going on like the very tail end of the hype train for this one, but par for the course for me. So I'm really excited to listen to this because I've heard that this is really good to listen to as an audiobook as opposed to reading it. So I can't wait to listen to this one and enjoy it and love it, and like everybody else has. So I can't wait. It sounds really creepy and gritty and like dark. So I think I'm ready for something like that. Who knows? Sounds good. Badge number 7 is the Fantastical badge, and this is super effective in catching fairy and dragon type Pokemon. The genre for this one is to read a fantasy book. And for this, I am actually going to be going with the team book for Team Instinct, and that is Foundryside by Robert Jackson Bennett. This is a big old tome of a book. Oh my goodness gracious, it's humongous, and I guess the writing's not that small. I thought it was smaller than this, but I'm really excited about this one. I don't know much about it, and I don't really want to know much about it because I kind of want to go into it a little bit blind. I love this cover. I love the spine. The spine is gorgeous. And this one though, I do know it is an adult fantasy, sci-fi, steampunk. I have no idea what to expect with this one. I just figure it's going to take me a while, so I'm gonna probably have to like really get my mind right for this one. But I am really excited to read this and take Team Instinct down. Badge number 8 is the Scientific badge, and this badge is super effective in catching electric type Pokemon, which I definitely would like to get me a couple of electric. It'd be nice. Definitely. And so I'm really excited about this one because I'm going with the Team Valor book, and that is going to be a reread for me, but it is going to be Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I love this series so much. It is probably one of my favorite series of all time, and to be able to reread the first one, I'm so excited to reread it. So I'm really excited to reread this one. I am hoping to be able to find the audiobook for this somewhere. I don't know where, but I'm definitely going to try to go with the audiobook with reading along with it. I've heard that that really enhances the story. I already love the story so much, so that will only enhance a story that I absolutely love. And so I'm going to be defending our gym with reading Illuminae. Badge number 9 is the Rainbow badge, and this badge is super effective in catching psychic type Pokemon, and the genre to read for this is LGBTQ plus representation. And I'm really excited to read this book. It is the Team Mystic book, and that is The Devouring Gray by Christine Lynn Herman, and this one sounds so good. It looks so pretty. Almost holographic-ish type, but it's so shiny and pretty, and I really love this cover. I am so excited about reading this one. I've heard amazing things about this, and so it just seems very dark and just, I mean, there's skulls on it. Like, that just looks so good, but just so dark, and I'm so excited for it, and I cannot wait. Badge number 10 is the Archival badge, and this is super effective into catching ground type Pokemon, and the genre to read for this is historical fiction. So for this, I am going with Bloodwater Paint by Joy McCullough. This is an historical fiction take on the life of the famous painter Artemisia Gentileschi. Not 100% sure how to pronounce her name at all, because I'm the worst at it, so but I remember reading like a short little blurb about her before in a history book, and I was like, I want to know more about her, and so I'm so excited to read this. I love that it is written in poetry, and so it shouldn't take me too long to read it. It just sounds so good. I can't wait to read it, and it just sounds so good. I can't wait. Badge number 11 is the Panic badge, and this is super effective in catching ghost type Pokemon, and the genre to read for this is horror, and so I'm so excited about this one. I can't wait to read it. I'm going to be sincerely and severely freaked out by it, but I'm excited to. And so that is The Beast is an Animal by Peter Nell Van Arsdale. This one sounds so good. I've had this for a while now, and I just haven't read it yet. I'm really excited to read it, and I can't wait. I'm gonna be probably having to read this during the day because, yeah, don't do horror very well, but I'm excited. Badge number 12 is the Jester badge, and this is super effective in catching ice and grass type Pokemon. And the genre to read for this badge is comedy. And I am going with We Should Hang Out Sometime, embarrassingly a true story by Josh Sundquist. He is a internet personality. I really enjoyed his fictional story, which was Love and First Sight. And this one is a non-fictional story. It should be really funny. I mean, the book itself, the cover itself is so cute and adorable. And the fact that it says embarrassingly a true story, just kind of funny. So I'm really excited about reading this one, and it just sounds really funny to me. So I can't wait to read it. Badge number 13 is the Know-It-All badge, and this badge is super effective in catching bug type Pokemon. And the genre for this is nonfiction, and so I'm actually going with another memoir biography type story, but it is one that I actually bought for my mom. So I borrowed it from her, but technically I bought it, so it's technically mine. I'm going with The Story of My Life and Selected Letters by Helen Keller. I'm really excited to read this. Helen Keller is such an inspiration, and I absolutely love her story. And so I'm really excited to read this and find out more about her and more past the miracle worker and past the very few quotes that I know from her. So I'm really excited to read about her life and from both the miracle worker standpoint and as well as later in her life. Badge number 14 is the Prose badge, and this is super effective for catching steel type Pokemon. And this is the genre to read for this one is pretty obvious, but it is to read poetry. And this one I'm actually going with 3 books, but they are all in a series, and it is the Women Are Some Kind of Magic series, with the first book being The Princess Saves Herself in this one by Amanda Lovelace, and the second book is The Witch Doesn't Burn in this one by Amanda Lovelace, and the third one is The Mermaid's Voice Returns in this one by Amanda Lovelace. This one, I'm so excited that I got this one because it's got the mermaid tail on it, and it's so pretty, and it's made of stars, and it's the Target edition of it. And I'm really kicking myself that I don't have the second one because that would have just been perfect for having all of them. But I didn't get it because when I went to get this one, they didn't have any more. So, boo. But I'm really excited to read these. I have read this one before, The Princess Saves Herself in this one. I've read it, and I haven't read the other 2. I'm going to read The Witch Doesn't Burn in this one. I have that one on an ebook, so unless I'm able to procure a copy of it, I'm just going to go with that one and then eventually get it. Maybe, but I'm really excited to read this one as well. I just love the cover, it is so pretty. So I'm really excited to reread this one and then continue on with the series with this one. But I am only going to count the 1 because that wouldn't be fair for me to say I read 3 for this one. Wouldn't be fair. I just want to continue the series, just like with Storm. I'm going to be reading Volume 1 and Volume 2. It's the same sort of situation where I'm only going to count the 1, but I am going to read both because I have them. Why not? And the final badge number 15, is the Diversity badge. And this is super effective in catching fighting type Pokemon. Definitely want a Machamp on your side. So the genre for this one is to read a book that has a character that is a person of color or an author of color. And I am going with When Dimple Met Rishi by Sandhya Menon. And no, I have not read this yet. I'm going to be following along with this with the audiobook. I feel like that's going to be the best bet for me for this one. I don't know why I haven't tried it yet. I have put this one on TBRs before, but I just haven't read it yet. And with her newest one coming out, I really want to read them. I think that they are so adorable. I love this cover so much. I love the back of this cover too. It is so perfect. Oh my gosh, I love the orange. It's just so pretty. I just haven't read it yet. So I do have the audiobook for this that I'm going to be listening to and then following along with it. I feel like audiobooks are going to be saving my behind this month. Along with the Bookémon Badgeathon, I am also going to be participating in another Read.A.Thon, and so in a grand total, I'm going to be reading like over 30 books, and it's a lot. It's a lot to process. So that is why I chose a lot of books that I can find and that I have found on audiobook, or books that are short enough or aren't going to take me a long time. So poetry books, graphic novels, that sort of thing. So this month is going to be a big month for me as far as reading goes, but you can check out my Sailor Moon-a-thon right there. Yeah, so I'm excited for that one as well. And it's just my childhood coming back and just like right here, full of force, just in May. Just my whole childhood, just right here. I mean, it's got my favorite actresses, my favorite pastime. My favorite shows, my favorite card game growing up. Like, it's just got a whole lot of childhood right here in May. So I'm really excited for this read-a-thon. All the links and everything can be found down below. As always, you can check it out. Please join us because I'm really excited for this. Join Team Valor because we're gonna win, but we always need more people. It's just a fact of life. And so thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, comment down below, let me know if you are participating, what team you're on, and all that jazz. Let me know what you plan to read. Are you reading anything that I'm reading? What are you doing in May? I would like to know. Are you graduating? Because I know graduation is going to be coming up here pretty soon. Let me know down below. Thank you again so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and as always, until next time, happy reading and happy Pokemoning. Bye guys!